Right. Good God Almighty. Take two of this. For people who weren't there in the last stream or who are going to be watching this afterwards for whatever reason, you are about to get a treat. But we are back, I believe, if I just click this. Right, I'm back on air. I'm waiting for my people to join me. I'm waiting for people to return. But hello and welcome to my Europa League draw stream. I'll save you the usual introductions because I attempted that on the last stream, and here we are now for take two. Apologies for the technical difficulties. Hopefully that doesn't happen again, but we are set to get underway quite quickly. They've already got Giorgio Marchetti out on stage, so we are about to get underway with the Europa League draw, as far as I'm aware. So Giorgio Marchetti is out. We were in the process of looking through teams that are in each pot, pot 1, pot 2, pot 3, pot 4, etc. And we're going to discuss some of them. But, it's a bit... It's just... my chat seems to be broken as well now. Is that... There we go. Delete after draw. There we go. And can I turn the chat off here? Can I turn off the chat? Watch along chat. Is that what I need? Yes, there we go. So nice to see you. Thank you for joining us back in. Let's talk about some of these teams very quickly before I come to your questions and answers and we talk about things, because the draw is about to commence any moment now. Pot 1, Roma, Porto, Rangers, Feyenoord, Lille, Dinamo Zagreb, Real Betis, RB Salzburg and Aston Villa. So I'm going to quickly give the teams that I would like to avoid from each pot and who I'd maybe take. I think that the best case scenario here would be Dinamo Zagreb and Salzburg. I don't think there's particularly any easy or nice pots or nice teams to get from this pot. I would like to avoid Roma. I'd like to avoid maybe Feyenoord and Aston Villa. Pot 2, Fenerbahce, Braga, Crvena Zvezda, Lyon, PAOK, Victoria Pilsen, Ferencvaros and Maccabi. I think the teams that I would like to avoid in there are probably... I don't know. I think, any of those sides, I think Celtic should be able to put up a fight against if we're playing at our best, but obviously we lost to Kairat Almaty, so what hope have you got if you can't beat them, I suppose. PAOK, of course, now have Georgios Giacomakis, Greg Taylor and Johnny Kenny, 3 former Celtic links in the same side. I think if I was to pick two, I'd want Ferencvaros and Victoria Pilsen. I think that Victoria Pilsen and Ferencvaros are the two that I'd want from there. So far, my ideal draw is Dinamo, Salzburg, Pilsen, Ferencvaros. From pot 3, I'd probably want Sturm Graz and FCSB. I'd probably want those two from pot 3. Probably would like to avoid Nottingham Forest and maybe Freiburg. And then pot 4, I'd like to avoid Bologna, Celta or Stuttgart. And I think the two that I would like out of there would be Brann and Utrecht, even though they've got Vasilis Barkas. So my ideal draw that I have just I've not had any prior thought to this at all going into this draw this afternoon. I've had no further thought than right now, which I have now made my ideal draw. Dinamo Zagreb, RB Salzburg, Ferencvaros, Victoria Pilsen, Sturm Graz, FCSB, Utrecht and Brann. So that's my ideal draw. Now you can fire in your ideal draws if you like. We are waiting for someone to come out on stage, I think, to start the Europa League draw process. But we're in the Europa League. And I wish that I could sit here and think to myself, look, I'd fancy a good run in this and that. I'm not going to lie, I don't fancy a good run in it. I don't think we'll make it very far if I'm judging this off of the European performances against Kairat Almaty. But hopefully, with signings coming through the door in the next few days, hopefully with a bit of momentum behind us, we can go into the league phase. I think what's the most important thing for me is getting a couple of league phase wins early days, like we done with Bratislava, the confidence that put amongst the Celtic fans and the team, evidently, for the opening portion of the season, I think was huge. When we beat them 5-1 on the opening day, I think a lovely tie like that would be nice. A nice Celtic Park opening fixture in which we can boost the confidence and get going. But the draw is scheduled to start. So get your questions and stuff in while we wait for the first balls to be picked. Nathan saying that he'd take Forest at home, like playing the English at Celtic Park. I agree with that. I've said that all the time. I think Celtic always raise their game for English opponents. I actually think that against Aston Villa, we played quite well at points in that game, but just, you know, the gulf is huge now, and competing with Aston Villa was always going to be difficult. So Nottingham Forest at home, yeah, I wouldn't turn my nose up at it. I think it'd be a good test for us, especially. Sean also saying on top of that, give us Forest. Would love to play them. Unfortunately, we can't play Rangers until the knockout stages. That's presuming that both teams make it to the knockout stages, but we'll wait and see. I wish I could go to Galway, John, but it's not my stag do, so sadly I don't get to pick. Dahlberg scored 12 goals in 6 games last season, by the way. 3 hat-tricks in 3 games. Guy's a beast. Well, I'm really hoping that we get him through the door. I would like that. Some people not as confident for a potential Nottingham Forest draw in the chat. Baldy Prick saying Roma, Villa, Leon and Maccabi from the first 2 pots. That would be a turn from the books if we ended up with that, wouldn't it? That'd be a turn for the books. Jack, thank you for your 3 months as being a member. Who's the best away day from the possible opponents? We've been talking about this in the group chat this morning. I think the most doable, the one that offers like the most tickets, I think, is like Dinamo Zagreb. I think that's the one that probably offers the most tickets. I mean, who's this clown on stage? Who's this fucking... What the fuck's he doing? He's making boys levitate. Has anybody seen this? What's going on? Is this fucking... What's his name? Dynamo or something? What the fuck is going on? Just get on with it! He's turning the boys to smoke now. What's going on? What is this? Hello, Mario from Croatia. Welcome, brother. Good to see you. Beautiful country, by the way. I love Croatia. He's made the boys disappear. Oh, unbelievable. What a grand use of our time. Fucking some plonker out here turning boys into smoke. What on earth is going on? Thank you to Ryan Sinclair for the first donation of the stream. You are appreciated, brother. Am I wrong? But with the new format, can't we draw Rangers during the league phase and play them for the first time in Europa? Yes, you are wrong. Not to shut you down instantly, but no, you can't. Even if Football Manager is led to believe that you can. I think Football Manager got the rules wrong, and you could play teams from your own country in the group stages, but you can't. That is not a rule. We can't play them until the last 16. I believe. I think that's when we can start drawing them. So I don't blame you. I also thought this time last year that we could play teams from our own country because of the Football Manager situation, but no, we can't. But thank you. Thank you, Joseph. I love you too, brother. Connor, thank you. Don't stay in Temple Bar, Ryan. It's a deer hole. Get to the fibre, McGee's. I won't be going to... I've already said I'm not going to Temple Bar anyway. Trust me, I won't be there. I'm not paying those prices. We're just waiting for this fucking maniac to stop treating the fucking draw process like a sauna. You know, this is quite something. Oh, for the love of Christ. He's doing it to every pot. Can we just fucking get on with it? I've got a flight to get this afternoon. And I've got to watch this balding clown turn these Oh, I mean, cool. Magic. Well, hey, it's great. Absolutely fantastic. Anyway, finally the Europa draws a Magician pre-show. What we've all been asking for. I know. Been dying for this. Paul, I've been absolutely dying for it. Hello, Ryan. Good to see you. Hi, Ryan. Would love Dahlberg. However, we need 2 strikers, not 1. I feel like the board are trying to forget we sold our best striker 7 months ago. Yeah, 100%. I agree. I think if we could go out and get Dahlberg and any other striker, I'd be pretty happy with that in terms of striker depth. Wouldn't be happy with the whole situation in general, but go and hijack the Miofsky deal and make him a backup, you know? Why not? Do you know that FCSB got top 8 in this last year? They looked terrible against Aberdeen. Yes, and that's the whole reason that I want them in this, probably because Aberdeen, yeah, they didn't look great. But yes, I do know they got top 8 somehow. Strange, because did Rangers played them last year, didn't they? If I remember rightly, I think they played them. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate that, mate. Mark saying this man's enjoying himself playing too much with his balls in public. Yeah, he is. Right, we are now... The magician is done playing with his balls. So we are now getting the rundown of how the draw works, which we have to endure every day. I hate that they treat it... I know that they have to do it, right? I know that they have to do it. I know that. But, like, the people watching the draw know how it works. We're all football fans. We all watched the Champions League draw last night. We all watched the draws last year. We know how it works. We don't need this graphical interpretation of everything that's... We know how it works. You know, just get on with it. every year I rant about this on the live stream, but no wonder, you know. So we are probably moments away from drawing. Of course, we need to wait for the pot one. This is weird though, because this is the first time that I have actually reacted to the draw live on YouTube under this new format. I've only ever done the group stage format live stream reactions before, so this is the first. I've still to actually kind of react to it live as it's happening. So that'll be something to get used to together, I suppose. Best of luck from Devonta in the Netherlands. I hope we meet in Europe to replay our 1965 game. That's class. Thank you, Bill. Good to see you. I hope so too. I love it when we get people in from all over. We've got Croatians in. We've got some people from the Netherlands in. I love that. Let us know if you're from anywhere that's outside Easterhouse. John Keenan, thank you for the donation. Dolberg #1 and Bowie as a backup if Hibs budge. I'd be surprised if Hibs budged this summer, to be honest, but that would be a pretty ideal situation. I think that's something that we can seriously look at. Michael said, I think we'll struggle. Yeah, I mean, there's not much optimism surrounding this Europa League campaign right now, is there? Yeah, I agree with that, Mark. I think that it's very easy for us to turn around and see, Bowie is an option or somebody we should go for, but I don't think he's wanting to sacrifice a year of starting for Hibs to rush a move to Celtic. I really don't think he'll be at any rush. I think he'll give himself a year and then go from there. So we'll wait and see. Got people from Irvine, Drumchapel, Punta Cana. Fantastic. You can watch the draw either on YouTube, TNT Sports, or UEFA.com. It's free to watch on YouTube. Paul from Shettleston, New Zealand. We've got Maya in New Zealand. Tropical Belfast for Michael. Motherwell, Clydebank. Oh, God. We've got people from all over. Knightswood. Oh, God, I love it. Look at us. Multi-schemeral and multicultural. I love it. Canvas slang, not far. Kingdom of Fife. Unlucky, Paul. I'm joking. Right. What are they now? They're pressing some button. Oh, right. Is this right? We're underway. The draw is underway. The button's been pressed. Now, I believe this button now randomises everything. Because the balls have disappeared. The balls are gone. And the supercomputer is now doing everything on screen. So, here we go. The slates are plain. They're dry. And now we wait and see what happens. Is that Jurgen Klinsmann that's on stage, by the way? Am I wrong in saying that? Is that Jurgen Klinsmann? Right. Pot 1 sides are now being drawn out. We obviously need to wait a couple of minutes. But we are on pot 1. And we've got a couple of big sides in there, obviously. Rangers are, of course, in there as well. A couple of wee teams, including them. So we'll wait and see. Here we go. Big Jurgen's about to press it again. Right, here we go. Rangers. Oh, Rangers have got Roma. Rangers have got Roma. Who have we got? Oh, we've got Roma. We're away in Rome. We're going to Rome, lads. We're going to Rome. There you go. There's our first game announced. Celtic are playing Roma. No, sorry. No, we're not going to Rome. It's at Celtic Park. It's at Celtic Park. Pardon me. I'm sitting here looking at the dang fucking thing. Sorry, my bad. Don't listen to me. Roma at Celtic Park. We've drawn the best team in the competition. Roma at home. Oh my. Right, okay. That's a big game. Right. And also, so, have Rangers got Roma as well? Have Roma coming to Glasgow twice? Am I misunderstanding this? They are, I think. Are Roma fucking unlucky, lads. Imagine you're a wee guy in Rome choking for your draw. Rangers have got it. Rangers have dropped the two top teams in the competition so far, Roma and Porto. Rangers 2 pot 1 sides are the two best teams in the competition. Roma and Porto. That is a horrendous start for Rangers. And I mean, we've got Roma as well, so it's no great for us either. Evan Ferguson, of course, now at Roma, got a good side. Matthias Solly is over there. Eduardo Bove, he's at Roma, isn't he? I can't remember now. Rangers, here's Rangers' full draw. Roma, Porto, Braga, Ferencvaros, Ludogorets, Sturm Graz, Genk and Brann. That's not a bad draw for Rangers. They've got I said that I wanted Ferencvaros, Sturm Graz and Brann. So they've got 3 of the teams that I wanted for Celtic. That's a pretty favourable draw for Rangers, I'd say. Outside the Roma and Porto games, that's a pretty favourable draw for Rangers. I think that's a pretty decent draw for them, to be quite honest. We've got Feyenoord. We're playing Feyenoord at in the Cup. We're going back to Rotterdam. After a couple of years ago, we went there and had a bit of a nightmare. Celtic went down to 9 men. We are going back to Rotterdam. Now, I don't know if I can get... Does this not show you live as it's happening anymore? No, it doesn't happen. Sorry, I can't give you the graphics I usually would when I do these draws. It doesn't work like that anymore. So we've got our first 2 teams. And that is Roma and Feyenoord. That is our first 2 teams. And we're now obviously patiently waiting to see if we hear anything else. So, aye, Nathan, you're right. Don't take Odin Thiago home over whatever we do. That's something that just doesn't have to be done. Right now, it's not looking great. That's 2 of the teams I would ideally have liked to have avoided. But at least, listen, it's the pot 1 sides, right? And the way that I look at it is, pot 1 was always going to be difficult. I would have loved Zagreb. I would have loved Salzburg. I would have loved that. But pot 1 was always going to be a really difficult pot of teams to go up against. And there's no denying that. So you've just got to take the cards you're dealt with, you know? Roma at Celtic Park is interesting. It's very interesting. And Feyenoord away from home. Feyenoord haven't been great this past year or so. They're not as good as when we played them. Of course, Arne Slot leaving has really kind of affected them. Robin van Persie seems to get a lot of criticism. What would have been interesting is actually if we got Calvin Stengs and we ended up drawing Feyenoord, but of course that's not happening. But Robin van Persie's a manager that seems to take a lot of stick for some questionable tactical decisions. But Roma are definitely the side that I think that will be the biggest challenge for us, 100%. I don't think there's any... I guess one way to look at it is, it can't get any harder than that. Like, there's nobody left in this competition who is a tougher game than Roma. The only one was Aston Villa, and we can't get them now. We can't get Aston Villa. So, we've got the toughest game we possibly can. It can only get better from there. Feyenoord away, not ideal. Not ideal. And it's one of those away trips that's basically undoable unless you've got the criteria for it. They don't offer a big away section, so from that point of view it's not great. But we are now finished the pot 1, by the way. Celtic will find out all their fixtures in a moment, and I will try my best to get a graphic on screen for you as quickly as I possibly can so that we can discuss it in more depth. Rangers know all their 8 games. We are still waiting. A few more comments. Well, see you next year, says Michael. I would like to avoid Nottingham Forest now that we've got Roma. I'd like to avoid any of those bigger sides. Bologna, Nottingham Forest, Fenerbahce. I would like to avoid any of those sides going into this next round of the draw. So Rangers, Roma, Porto, Braga, Ferencváros, Ludogorets, Sturm Graz, Genk and Brann for them. I mean, we don't know if Rangers have got a better draw than this. We haven't had ours yet. We only know 2 of the teams. And right now, we have 2 better teams than Rangers because we share the same team as their pot 1. And Feyenoord is probably better than Porto. So, you know, the schedule will be finalised over the next... For people asking about the schedule and stuff, it will be finalised over the next couple of days. Right, it's time to lock in. It's time to lock the fuck in because pot 2 is about to begin. Celtic won't be till nearer the end of the pot. So the question is, who will join Celtic's games? Oh, here we go. There it's there on screen. Braga, Crvena Zvezda, Sturm Graz, Midtjylland, Utrecht. Barkas is coming back to Celtic Park. I don't believe it. Utrecht and Bologna away. So we've got oh wow, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Roma, Feyenoord, Braga, Crvena Zvezda, Sturm Graz, Midtjylland, Utrecht and Bologna. That is the draw for Celtic, and listen, that's a draw that Celtic should be getting 12 points. But Utrecht, the story is that Barkas is returning to Celtic Park. I'm waiting on a graphic to come up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to put me back onto full screen and bring the chat back up for us. There you go. What an anticlimactic draw process. You know, what a very anticlimactic draw process. Roma, Feyenoord, Braga, Crevena Zvezda, Sturm Graz, Bologna. It's away off screen already. I've already forgot who we've got, but there you go. That is. We should be doing well in that. And I know that people will be down and out because of what's happened this week. But the fact of the matter is, that is a good draw for Celtic. And if we do our business with due diligence over these next few days, Celtic should be fancying their chances against these sides. It's as simple as that. Maybe except the Roma and Feyenoord, the pot one sides, we shouldn't maybe be going into those games expecting us to go and get, whatever it is. But that's, it's as favourable as you're going to get in the Europa League. I can't believe it. Barkas is back. Hold on, I'm trying to get us a graphic, and then we'll go from there. I tweeted earlier that Barkas was going to save a penalty at Parker's, and I have saw the vision. So I'm waiting for this full list to come up on Celtic's Twitter, and I'll share the graphic with you. But we've got the draw. Let me know your reactions. Let me know your thoughts. We are just waiting for a kind of finalised graphic. The Celtic Twitter are they must be working hard in the Photoshop suite to get our graphic. But I am on Twitter just now waiting patiently for Celtic to post the graphic. As things stand, it's not there yet. That's not the screen we want to see. That is the wrong screen. Yeah, there we go. What are we thinking? It seems there's a lot of people in here confident. Couple of people who think it's difficult. I think that this is a draw that is going to be determined, its opinion will be determined after some games. I think that this is one that form is going to dictate how people feel going into all of these. I think that Celtic fans should be confident of going in and getting results, But the Celtic team need to give us that confidence. It's as simple as that. So, I think that's a decent draw. In all honesty, I think that's a decent draw. Aye. Well, let's see. Have we got a graphic yet? Sorry, lads. It all still feels a bit stagnant at the minute because I'm waiting for Celtic to. Who's on the Photoshop? Get Dyson on it, huh? Let's see what people are saying. Not looking forward to it, says Kieran. Really don't care after Tuesday anyway, but now I'm not feeling any better. That's it. Glass half full. Confident, Mark? Yeah, I am. Do you know what? I am. And maybe that confidence is well misplaced or shouldn't be there. And we don't deserve to be in this competition if we can't beat Kairat Almaty. But if we get signed... Do you know what? Ask me on Tuesday, Mark. Ask me on Tuesday. No excuses to finish first. Simple as that. Finish first! God almighty, that's a big ask. Top 8 would be lovely, but I'm not expecting that. Alistair saying we should get 15 points, but we'll end up with 7. You know what? That's probably the best way to word that. I think Alistair's nailing the head. That's a draw that I look at and go, Celtic should be getting 12 points. And if we don't end up with 12 points, then that's on us. We don't deserve to be there, pretty much. So we'll wait and see. The away trips, so the away games, Bologna, Feyenoord, was Sturm Graz one of the away ones? I'm not entirely sure. I need to check. Do we know when the first game is? The first game is scheduled to be played on the week of September I just want to get this right. Is it September 11th? 9/11? Is it 9/11 or the 18th? I think it's 9/11 for the first game. But we'll need to see. Graphics up. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, mate. Let's get the graphic up so people can see it in all of its glory. Shall we? There we go. We've got the graphic. I'm going to switch monitors. Give me one quick wee moment here, guys. A lot of technical difficulties when you've got streams like this and you're off the cuff. Let's get the screen up. That's the wrong screen again. That's the wrong screen. I'm all over the place. I can't find it. What am I doing? Cams. Oh, wait, I know what I've done. Oh, I've buggered it. I shouldn't have changed monitors. No. Let me change monitors again, guys. Let me change monitors again. Honestly, you don't realise how difficult being a YouTuber is. God almighty. Software problems. Right, okay. If I do this now. Haha! There we go. there is the draw. Roma at home. The home games are as follows: Roma, Braga, Sturm Graz, and Utrecht. That's the home games. From those, I listen. Celtic should be taking 9 points. It should be. There's a spider on my wall up there. Celtic should be taking 9. Will they take 9? Oh no, I don't expect it. But we should be. We should be beating Braga, we should be beating Sturm Graz, and we should be beating Utrecht. The away games, Feyenoord, Crvena Zvezda, Midtjylland, and Bologna. There you go. I need to get that spider, it's creeping me out. There's the draw. I genuinely, Celtic should be getting 12 points. They should be. And if we don't, I'd be pretty disappointed with ourselves, to be quite honest. So there is the draw. Good luck, Spider. It's no staring at me with good luck, I tell you that for nothing. It's not that big, it's a totally wee one, but still. So people saying 9 points, my expectation should be higher than that. That is a 12. I think that's a 12 pointer for me. I really do. If we don't, then it's... Yeah, I love Brendan Rodgers, but serious questions would have to be asked if we don't get 12 points. I love him to absolute bits. I'm perhaps the biggest Rodgers fan alive, but if we don't get 12 points, I think that's serious questions to be asked, to be quite honest. We can't be short selling ourselves here. We really can't be. But of course we didn't beat Kairat Almaty, but getting the likes of Kasper Dolberg and a few other players maybe by Monday, and I think we should be feeling good, man. I think we should be feeling confident about this. So, you know, the road to the final's on. The road to the final is on. Alistair saying we should be winning at least 3 out of the 4 games 3 out of the 4 home games, sorry, at the very least. I agree with that. Bill Scotland saying we are beating Roma and that he can feel it. I'd like to hope so. I really would. Roma is a loss, Feyenoord's a loss, Braga a draw, Red Star a draw, Sturm Graz a draw, Midtjylland a loss, Utrecht a win, and Bologna a loss. That's the spirit. That's the spirit, Ponk and Sambo, you know. You think that's a good draw? Yikes, Bologna, Roma, Feyenoord and Braga will scud us, mate. I don't see why Braga should scud us. I really don't. I'm not going to lie. Roma at home wasn't part of my beating a big team prediction. Well, that is now, Dylan. That's what it's going to be. Good to see you, mate. How you doing? See you Tuesday for the podcast. Yeah, listen, I think that's one that I would like to... Is that the Serbian capital? Yes, it's Belgrade. Crvena Zvezda is Red Star Belgrade, for those who might not be aware. Should beat the Danish team. They struggled against Hibs. Yep, we should be beating them. This is the thing, it's like we are quick to short sell ourselves for understandable reasons because of how poor we were against Kairat Almaty. But the fact of the matter is, Braga are a team who struggled to beat Rangers in recent years. Midtjylland are a team who struggled to beat Hibs this year. And, you know, the other sides there that we spend a lot more money on, players and wages and all the rest of it. Like, we should be doing it. Gasperini as Roma manager is a really difficult one. That game's one that I'm expecting quite a toughie and potentially not to win. But listen, we if we turn it on at Celtic Park, there's teams we've beaten that are better than Roma. You know, so it's all just about how optimistic you find yourself at this point in time. Look, I'm not saying that Celtic are going to win fucking 8 out of 8 games, get 24 points. But what I am saying is that I think that we can give it a good go, qualify for the next round and do our talking when that's done. I'd like to hope that's the case. There are a lot of teams that are far worse than Celtic in this competition. So, we'll wait and see. I mean, Rangers made it to the top 8 last year. And I know that we are so much worse off in Europe that we need to stop using Rangers as the measuring stick, I suppose, because they're just so much better than us in Europe in recent years. But my God, if they can make the top 8, then why can't Celtic? Just simple as that. And Rangers beat them last year at Crvena Zvezda. So, you know, this is what I'm talking about. But anyway, there's your draw. And I would stay on for longer, but I'm leaving for Glasgow Airport at 1 o'clock this afternoon. And it's currently 25-1. So I really do hope that you can forgive me for a wee bit more of a rushed draw reaction stream. I'm watching this spider because I don't want to lose it, so I can get it when this stream's done. I'm going to lose it. But I hope you can forgive me because I'm off. I'm off to Dublin, and then I'm off to Paris on Sunday. So that's me done in here till Tuesday. You won't see this background until Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for all your support. The window will be shut by the time I'm back. I am planning on doing a match reaction live from Paris on Sunday if I can get a spot to record in. So you'll hear from me on Sunday. You probably won't hear from me on Monday, but I'll be back on the channel Tuesday night, and then we'll have a Celtic the Thunder podcast to recap that's getting recorded on Tuesday night as well. So there's plenty of content still to come, and we can dissect this draw and everything else a lot more, a lot deeper